On Getting Up to Speed, we talk with a young man who's in his first year in sprint car racing. It's Caleb DeBem from the Monterey Bay area city of Aromas, and he's telling us about how he got his sprint car start, how he got involved in racing, and much, much more. That's next here on Getting Up to Speed with me, Ben Deathridge, and we'll be in the interview after these messages. Dave's Home Supply specializes in cabinets, flooring, and countertops. Visit their website at daveshomesupply.com to look at products, services, financing, and even a free estimate. Are you looking for bookkeeping, payroll, or income tax services? Then check out the folks at For You Simple Bookkeeping. They are a licensed tax preparer throughout the entire United States. For more information, click on the link in the description. This broadcast is brought to you by Meat Freaks Jerky Club. Get the best jerky the world has to offer straight to your door by visiting meatfreaksjerkyclub.com. Pick your box and plan, tell them where to ship, and receive and enjoy. Log on to meatfreaksjerky.com and use promo code SPEED. Well, joining me on Getting Up to Speed, a newcomer to sprint car racing, and really looking forward to this interview, Caleb DeBem out of Aromas, California. Caleb, great to have you on the show.
Hi.
Well, Caleb,
how are you doing?
Oh, I'm doing great. It's pretty warm up here, but I imagine you in the Monterey Bay area, it's not that bad temperature wise. How cool is it down there?
I mean, it's a little cold. It's windy too, so it's like 60, 67 goes through.
It threw me off so much because I'd never been to Ocean Speedway before prior to last weekend. I was sitting in me and my buddy, our hotel was in Gilroy. And so we're sitting in the parking lot. He had to get some equipment stuff for the broadcast. And it was like 100 degrees and it wasn't even noon yet. I'm like, oh my gosh, I thought they said it was going to be like 65, 70 degrees over here at Watsonville. And then, like, sure enough, like just 10, 15 minutes later, it went from being triple digits to nice and cool, mid 60s.
Yeah, the weather is something else over here. It changes.
And I was told that it doesn't get too awful cold in the wintertime. It kind of just sort of seems pretty balanced.
Yeah. Yeah, it's balanced.
Well, we're going to get into talking about you. Sprint car racing 2023. This is your first year running a sprint car, right?
Yes.
And your racing roots, how'd you get started? Why'd you get started?
So how I got started in racing was we were down in the valley and my grandpa passed away and we were the one thing he liked to go watch was Lemoore Speedway, the micro sprint track, and we went to go watch there. And I used to race dirt bikes previously, but I got off of those, and we were looking into something else, and we just thought it would be a good thing to try out. And that was 9 years ago, whenever I was 8. And so it was, we were just seeing something else, and so we bought a car, and we were just testing it out, and now we're here.
And that pathway through micros, did you just pretty much stick to Lemoore? Did you guys go to Plaza Park or go to Dixon or Delta or anything like that?
I would say through most of it, we were sticking to Lemoore and like going to run like the big shows like Delta and Dixon, Plaza a little bit, but we were mostly running Lemoore.
Okay.
And yeah.
And then the decision to go to 360s, how did that conversation go?
My dad wanted to, and he thought I was ready for it, and so I just was okay with it. We sold all the micro stuff, and I was winning too in the old car I used to run, so we were just decided to move up. It was getting too big for the tiny cars.
Well, and it's got to be great for you and your dad and your whole race team because Lemoore, you got to go through Pacheco Pass, which is a beautiful drive, by the way. I did that last year. But now Aromas, where you live, is right next to Watsonville's Ocean Speedway. A lot less travel time.
Yeah, it's like 15 minutes away. It's definitely nice just getting to know that I don't have to drive far, and I get home early too, sleep.
Yeah, no, that's super cool, and it's a beautiful area. I didn't get a chance. I saw the turnoff to go to Aromas, so for the first night we came in down. We went 101 south, and then like the San Juan Batista turnoff of 101, and then that took us to the racetrack. And the time we went back to get on the 5 or 101 to get to the 5 after Saturday night's race, we took this like a switchback hill. Like it was windy like a rattlesnake, but um but I never got to my point is I never got to a chance to see actual downtown Watsonville or even Aromas.
Yeah, well, Watsonville. I mean, it's wait. Can my dad talk? He wants to talk.
No, it's all good.
So Watsonville and Aromas are two different towns. Aromas is more country, rolling hills, lay back, and then Watsonville is more like city mixed with farming. So when you drove through Watsonville, that windy road you're talking about, that's like a back road that takes you to the 101
Mm-hmm.
to Gilroy, and that's the back side of Aroma you drove by.
Okay, yeah, it was like 152 or something. It looks like if you don't know where you're going, you can make a wrong move and go off a cliff.
Yep, that's the road.
So, Caleb, back to you. Your first year in sprint cars, you got 10 starts at Ocean Speedway and produced 4 top 10 so far this year, including 2 seventh place results. But from your vantage point, from you, the driver, how would you say this rookie season in sprint cars has went for you?
It's going good. I'm really happy about how it's going. My whole crew's impressed too. It's just been rolling and trying to get these top tens and good finishes, and standing too for my points, trying to get up there in points. So we're running points this year. So that's all we're focusing on, is getting some good finishes and some experience too. All of us and our crew having fun out there.
Yeah, I was gonna say you were riding about 6th or 5th for the longest time this year, but then just a recent move, you've jumped up to P3 in the points table, and that considering the amount of competition that's there every week, you know definitely a big pat on the back.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah,
and going back to making the decision to get in a sprint car. What for you as a driver, how much have you had to change your driving style at all, like wheel input or throttle control?
I've had to be less hard on the car. And what my old friend said is this funny quote too. He's old man, so he says it like black and white, but the one quote he said that stays in my head is, "You're trying too hard." And I remember that. So I've learned to just take it easy and be more calm in the car and not throw it in like the micro is, and just being calm and process everything I can while driving and keeping the car as controlled as I can.
Yeah, no, that's a great, like, less is more, right? Work harder or work smarter, not harder. That's somebody told me that a long time ago, and efficiency goes a long ways. So
yeah.
Now, growing up, being around racing, were there any particular drivers that you really liked to root for, or were some of your heroes?
Dominic Scelzi, Justin Sanders, Christopher Bell, Kyle Larson, and Donnie Schatz are the guys that I root on.
Well, so it had to be really cool last weekend. You raced against both Dominic Scelzi and Justin Sanders.
Yeah, it was awesome. And I got let by him too. I was pretty excited. I was staying with Scelzi for a little bit. So I was like, ooh.
Yeah, yeah, hey, yeah. But no, that's got to be a real surreal moment. And then of course Justin, he's just had such a great history there at that facility. I'm sure anytime getting on the racetrack to him, with him, pardon me, is sort of a teaching moment.
Yeah, he helps us too a bit, and it's nice having him help us and getting us closer, and getting us familiar with his car.
That's awesome. That's really cool of him to do that. Um, 2023. I mean, we're almost out of July into August, and you mentioned you're running Ocean for points. Just gonna keep running Ocean till the season's over. Or are you guys gonna try and maybe hit one or two different tracks for some fall specials?
For the fall, yeah, we're gonna, as soon as this point's done here, we're gonna get out of here and go run other tracks. Try to run as much as we can for some seat time, like Petaluma and Placerville and Hanford.
Okay.
That's what I plan on doing, and any other track too.
And any Trophy Cup plans in there at all by chance?
It's not yet,
Okay.
but who knows?
Yeah.
My dad might say yeah to, or if someone wants to help us get up there too, it would help. But
Yeah. Things change. Things change.
yeah.
Speaking of changes, goals change all the time. For you beyond 2023, what would you like to see kind of some next steps in your career? Would it be to run Sprint Car Challenge Tour for a full season, or maybe get into a 410 and run some more NARC stuff? What are some short term or even long term goals that you have for yourself as a race car driver?
I definitely want to run the Sprint Car Tour next year and get in some of the NARC series, race a couple of those. But I just want to get some good finishes too, and just get comfortable with this car, and yeah, mostly just have fun.
Sure, sure. Well, that if it's been the theme lately. If you're doing this not having fun, what's the point of it?
Exactly.
So I had a cool. I'm always a curious individual of like why drivers pick the numbers or the paint schemes for you. What's the story behind the 3D?
Well, so my second year in micros, it was a junior sprint, and we bought this car from our friend Eames, him, Bryce Eames,
Okay.
and his micro number was a 3E, and we ran that car for like 2 races, and then it was the off season into the second year, and well, the track made us change our number into something else, and it was a 3-person pit crew, which is it's me, my mom, and my dad,
Mm-hmm.
and my birthday is all. Oh my god, give me a second. My last name's DeBem too, so there's a D, and so we just changed the 3E to 3D, and we just stuck with that, and so we just kept the 3D, and also Dale Earnhardt. I'm a big fan of him too, so we kept that. And
awesome.
yeah.
And as your colors, like that light, beautiful blue, kind of petty blue almost, has that always been standard, or was that something that you guys just put together this year?
That is something that color we put together this year, but last year I had like a little darker blue and no yellow. We just had like blue, gold, and black. And through the years, we've just like changed the color scheme a little bit, make it look cleaner, and even gone through better like decal people too, like in Rossi, and just getting designs made. But we used to have a black and red car. I'm not really a big fan of red that much, so we changed it to black and yellow whenever we bought Bryce's old car, and then we kept it black and yellow through for a couple years. Then we decided to go black and gray, and that was my non-wing car. And then I changed it to black and blue, and then we sold that micro, and then we just kept it. We changed it to this now, just more blue and yellow and gold. Good
Awesome.
paint color. Yeah.
And for you as you know, a kid living in, you know, the Watsonville, Aromas area, when you're not racing, you're not in the shop working on the car, what do you like to do? Is there great restaurants to eat at, or cool, you know, the beach isn't too far away?
I go fishing. Actually,
Okay.
I just go fishing and help my buddies out with whatever they need, or go work with my dad and mess around with our C cars here and there. But just have fun. Even I go to school, but just try hard in school and have fun.
Yeah, definitely. You got to have fun racing sprint cars, and you have to have fun in life too. So, and
Yeah.
you say fishing, is that saltwater fishing in the bay, or do you go to some lakes or some rivers nearby?
I do both.
Okay.
Yeah, I go fly fishing and saltwater and lake fishing, and I just do everything.
Wow, master angler.
Yeah.
Double discipline.
Yeah.
So let's go back to last weekend, specifically Saturday night, making your first career NARC 410 series start, and a part of the Howard Kading Classic. How surreal was that for you to be rolling out main event time, going 4 wide with the NARC series?
That was just, it's been one of my dreams too forever to even run with the NARC guys, and it was just unreal just seeing all of us 4 wide on that track, and it was a life accomplishment. That's like my dream forever, and I finally got to do that, and it was just wow. It was something I didn't expect I could even get that far to. It took such a long time getting to that point. It was unreal to me, and it was awesome.
And the night, you guys were a part of the big one, right? Right off of the bat, the big crash that happened.
Yeah, I had nowhere to go, and I smacked into Chisholm's with 25Z. So.
Okay. And you guys had to, it looked like, frantically put a new top wing on, but then you know, just overall, I guess, how would you say the night went?
It was good. I'd say it's a successful night. I just I got that. I was in that little pile up. It kept my front axle. I mean, it was bent in a little bit, but the car was still drivable. So we had to change out the top wing and the side Nerf bar. But the car handled okay after that. Just the nose wing was a little bent in and bent, twisted up. I rolled the bottom, and it was a good night for me. Got to race against the people I've looked up to forever, and yeah.
And no doubt, you know, big race coming up for you guys pretty soon, the Johnny Key Classic, which I'm sure that'll be a big measuring stick, I think, for you guys.
Yeah, definitely excited for that one coming up. Just yeah.
Well, for folks that want to follow along, whether it's your racing schedule or racing news, is there a good website or a social media page that you guys have on there?
I have my Instagram and my socials, like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and pull up the username too if you guys need it real quick. On Facebook, it's Caleb DeBem Racing.
Okay.
And Instagram, it is Caleb _ DeBem 3D. And then on Twitter, I'm pretty sure Twitter's the same as Facebook, Caleb DeBem Racing.
Okay.
And it's every week. We get posts. We post when we're going to run and how we finish. So it's a good way to catch up and stay on my racing page.
Cool. And then do you guys have apparel for sale online as well, or at the trailer?
We have hats. We're in the process of making hero cards and shirts and sweaters, but they're not done yet. So we have hats for sale. If you guys ever want to need hats, just stop by the trailer and we have them for sale.
Awesome.
For sale. Sorry.
Yeah, no, it's all good. And I assume you guys will make an announcement when you have shirts available and everything.
Yeah, I'll post that on my media pages when we have other merchandise for sale.
Awesome. Well, I'm letting you know I might have to order one. So,
Uh,
so any sponsors or people that you want to thank for your 360 Sprint Car program before we let you go for the day?
I want to thank Truck Annex, my dad's company, and he could have helped me enough, helping me with the racing and funding it and stuff. And I want to thank Gold Star. He helps us a lot too. And I want to thank Bobby Caldera. He always helps us at the track. He's one of my good buddies. And Zane Burke, he always helps us. And my mom for getting my gear all organized and stuff. And then my dad for helping me whenever I need something, need critical help on the car. And thank Turbo Burke also, and everybody else in the pit that helps out weekly. Can't get enough help. It's just something new too, like the nose wing. We had like 6 people helping us on the top end nose wing, getting it bent in, and yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, I remember meeting your guys' crew, and somebody was saying, make sure you say Bobby of Okieville. So I remember that.
Yeah, it's Bobby of Okie.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, Caleb, it's been great getting to catch up with you, getting to know you, and I'm really looking forward to see how your career progresses, and we'll definitely be staying in touch, and maybe have a progress report soon.
All right, thank you.
Well, we hope you enjoyed the interview, race fans. Again, be sure and hit like, subscribe, and get the latest and greatest news, whether it's getting up to speed, inside NARC, or Sprint Car News today. If you subscribe on the YouTube channel, it'll get you those notifications as soon as all the new episodes come out. In the meantime, everybody have a great rest of your day, night, whatever time you're listening, and we'll be back next time with more stuff from Highside Racing Promotions.